Right, man. Welcome back, boy. Shit, it's that dude, man. As blue as it gets. Feeling off light today, man. Woke up, came off a W, just team wise, definitely feeling that and everything. But just uh, waking up to the newfound I don't know, clarity around everything. As far as um Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito. I guess we'll make this a Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito video. Oh man, we here. Somehow we managed to get all the way here, man, in less than fucking 8, 12 months of the contract being signed coming into this off season, man. Off seasons preparations from the camp and everything else, from practice, man, and the games we played and shit. And now already, it's we the Giants organization has found themselves and the fandom themselves have found themselves into some fucking more clownery, man. Some more terrible, terrible type of clownery that we have to discuss and debate on and around what is going on with the QB, man, and the play and what does 160 mil really get you? How much is 160 mil? How much is QB play of a certain standard really worth? That's I think is my question when I wake up this morning and you listen to the media types and you take into your channels that you got and you get your vibe from the other fandom around it and you start to debate your own fandom like, damn, bro, what does it really mean, right? What does 160 million, 90 plus get you from QBs in the NFL today? What does Tommy DeVito playing as he's playing in comparison to Daniel Jones get him? Is I guess Tommy's about to get 180 and about 100 plus off his contract 'cause that's just the way it's got to be, man, for whatever reasons. When it comes down to paying these guys and evaluating talent and what that talent is actually doing in the fucking football game, it's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. But it's not surprising that the Giants find themselves here. Why? Because, well, they made terrible decisions in the offseason, in my opinion. And do you know the information they were going off of to make those decisions, man? I don't feel like it was that much of a mystery or like I don't know how to put it, man. It's not really that hard to really bang out and figure out a proper way to make sure everything was just handled properly, man. It's sad to me because this is not to knock Tommy DeVito doing what he's been doing this season. All right, actually, this whole discussion, man, for me, Tommy DeVito was like a non-factor, man. Like that name could be replaced by so many other fucking names on so many other teams, third string guy or whatever, like Aiden O'Connell and like the Raiders, what I'm saying? He might be second, third string, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? That's the type of area where we're at now with this team, man. And just really, really, really nuts and crazy and wild to really think about it sometimes. And that's why I don't. That's why I'm just been waiting and watching as the season comes along, man, and our games come and we bring home a W or bring home a L or bring home some competent football, bring home some terrible ass football. It's just what it is going to be with this team right now. It's just the perfect way to put it. You have to take it as it comes because man, the more you see of what they're capable of with just the inkling of something that's not terrible, at least against worser teams or more 500ish teams, below us 500ish teams, what we should be doing. Now, when this comes up to how our current play style is going and our production is going compared to a stronger team, we haven't seen so much. We've seen just a little bit of it. You can't count the San Fran games with the current thing because that was Daniel Jones for the most part. It wasn't Daniel. It wasn't Daniel, but it was Daniel Jones. And then for the Cowboys game, against Dallas, we didn't look that great, offensively to really talk about. So now, what we have left to really compare ourselves to as far as stiffer competition is just the Philadelphia Eagles, and really seeing how things fall out from there. And that's not to say the team's going to ball out or be absolutely trash. It's just saying that is the next standard for myself at least. Um, Comparing up, because even though the Eagles aren't as solid as they were last year, they are still a solid competitor, especially within our division. And they are in our division, of course. And when you want to see the team actually going somewhere, it takes about winning your division or being a strong competitor in your division at the very least, because you can get two or three guys, or sorry, two or three different teams in from your division into a playoff run. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're not that. Okay, we're 5-8. We're not 8-5. We're not an imaginary 7-6 because you'd want to take away a Jets victory or losing to the Buffalo Bills when you can easily just as fucking quickly turn around and take away last night's victory away and that fucking trash ass horrible kick from the New England Patriots where they could have beat us or tied the game up and something like that. So that we're not doing that. Oh, if this bounce had went this way, or if we won this game, then hey, if we think about it, we're actually 10 and fucking, wow. No, 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 not here, man. It's not a Kool-Aid channel. It's just as blue as it gets. And the games that have already been. There is no going back and trying to rewrite history about this team. Now, people might claim that you want to do when you bring up something about Daniel Jones. We're not rewriting history bringing up Daniel Jones. We're talking about the history that isn't even fucking history because it happened less than fucking 6 months ago. How is it fucking history? How's it rewriting some history about Daniel Jones, and how his play has been and all this other stuff. And now that Tommy here, he's supposed to buy into what, man? So like that's what I'm saying at the very beginning. How much is Tommy supposed to make? Hmm? His agent there on the sideline on the phone and shit. So how much I get Tommy? How much I supposed to get Tommy? I really don't give a fuck about Tommy's agents. I do not care because we do not care about any other players on this team's agent in any fucking capacity. You see, that's where we start weeding out all the hype and the cutlery and bullshit like that to really getting down to what matters for this fucking team because it's not a Kool-Aid channel, right? That's that Kool-Aid bullshit, that Tommy Cutler stuff. That's Kool-Aid, okay? Now we get hyping up a player. I hype up players. Saquon Barkley, I hype him up all the time. Kayvon Thibodeau, Bobby Okereke, Jason Pinnock, offensive players, Andrew Thomas, whenever we get an opportunity to, Darius Slayton, Wandell Robinson. We get what hyping up players are, duh. But what we aren't going to do is hyping up a player, make it act like the team is fixed, resolved, and that they don't have standing issues to figure out right now, still, and going into next season, into the draft and shit like that, bro. That's not what it is at all in any type of way, man. Um, we can try and pretend like it is to make ourselves feel better about the current team or how the season's been going and having, oh man, I feel, it was cold outside, but now the heat on and a little better. Can we enjoy the warmer temperatures and shit like that? Yeah, sure. Enjoy them. Nobody got trying to keep you out in the cold, man. All we're saying is that don't let the furnace get too hot and you burn yourself like you don't got no fucking sense. Because what makes sense for this team is for them to finish out the season and truly, truly assess how they're going to progress into the next season. And working out whatever is here and won't be here and working the way around that. Plain to say, man. Um, it just comes off like might be hating on a victory or hating on players doing their thing, man. No, again, it's not that. You might take it like that, and if you do, fuck it, I do not care. But what I am trying to clarify to those that need it, man, is that we're just not buying into what they tried to sell us. These medium Pepsi they sold us last, those ice hasn't even melted in the fucking cup yet. Okay? It hasn't even melted in the cup yet. The Kool-Aid they gave us last year hasn't even melted in the cup yet. And they're trying to give us more Kool-Aid. You trying to take in more Kool-Aid. Nah, man. Nah, 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 nah. That's how it's not gonna happen. Because we've been here, done this. And all we're looking for now is a real solid movement from the team that's showing us some real change. Now, as far as what's been going on with the team recently, man, it's been good. It's been promising to see a competent production wholly, I guess, from the team and not have to be isolating as much on one side of the ball, doing something like the defense has for the last month or so, and saying that the offense just hasn't been showing up because it wasn't really a situation where the offense was showing up and the defense wasn't. You know what I mean? At least for this year, especially. So at least now, these last 3 or 4 weeks, it's been less of that. You know, and it has given us that's what DeVito has done. It's given us at least the DeVito and the play and Tyrod a little bit along the way there too. It's given us just enough breather room, man, to lift the QB play back up enough to where it's like, okay, man, this is what we are supposed to be considering the floor of not just Daniel Jones, but of the QB play here in general. If you understand what I'm saying. But it shouldn't sound difficult. I'm sure you do. You're intelligent people. But like, you know, the kind of with the floor of what we've been getting now from Tyrod and DeVito combined, whatever. It's kind of been what Daniel has been on a normal basis, right? Through a lot of his career, period. I've talked about his passing them from the seasons that from before last season, man. They just ugly stuff, man, terrible stuff. And coming off of last year, man, as much as was put behind what was given from him, man, why I don't see why we'd be doing the same thing again. At least I more aware of that type of stuff and just avoid it even more, especially. You know what I'm saying? And do you have a contingent, or we already do have a contingent of people who are just out there just to be. And that's cool and fine and dandy. But hype don't win video. You don't win football games. You see what I'm saying? Don't do it. That's just not gonna be enough. Hype is not don't help the Chiefs win Super Bowls because they still lose. So it's gonna you're gonna need actual talent, actual people in a team that's competent and playing good football, great football, excellent football out there doing it, man. And that's what we're trying to work our way towards. The game against Green Bay was what it was, man. It wasn't it was a good game, competent game. It wasn't a blowout, something like that. It was a close game where we could have lost um, as well. In that same breath. That's why we get into well, if we had just won those two games early in the season, this would be our record now. Man, no, no, man, no, no, no. Call me a pessimist, call me a skeptic, call me a hater, but I'm as blue as it gets, okay? And no, because we can either say the New England Patriots should have been a loss, Green Bay should have been a loss last, and maybe another game in there should have been lost. We only got 5 victories, so hit 5 of them games and flip maybe 2 or 3 of them, and we right back where we started, okay? So that's just the way that is. Um, yeah. Wow. Man. It's just tough, man, because it's going to be difficult for the front office that Dayball is showing in this context to be able to manage properly what they are going to not invest, but add and to the team in the off season to finish what they need to finish so that we can start taking their tenure here seriously. Okay, I guess that's it, right? Because now as we start to build up some wins, and this is Dayball's second season, finishing out this year and going into next year, it's going to be. If we play terrible, it's going to be like, well, now should we be firing coaches and getting rid of GMs and stuff like that? So this is bigger than just one player. This is just bigger than just Tommy DeVito, bigger than just Saquon Barkley or Daniel Jones or Dexter Lawrence or anything like that. This is a team holistically trying to improve itself. And some might feel that those who are trying to improve the team or looking forward to the team being improved are missing out on the good stuff of this season. No, we are enjoying this. Believe me, at least I am. I'm enjoying it because it gives us clarity. Gives us plenty of clarity, man. Does it make me feel good that I feel like I was right about some things about Daniel Jones? No. No, because these are things we talked about before he even got the contract, man. I don't feel good about it. I feel bad that they just didn't pay attention to what themselves were seeing and brought him to something that was maybe not necessarily what they was trying to make it out to be. People make it out to be sometimes. But that's the way the world works, man. So, that is not any one indictment of them to hold against them for eternity of time, just until their contracts are complete or they get fired or replaced or whatever else. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the topic of discussion, man, right there. And I'm trying to close that out, man. This is about us coping around success and understanding what success means and how to carry that forward into the rest of the season. And not, acting like your shit don't stink, buying into your own product. You don't use your own product, right? That's the code, the man. So don't be on crack and act like this team is resolved already, because it's not. A lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done, that to look forward to is the big thing to even look forward to. Even like I said before, man, outside of the QB discussion like that in its entirety, man. These things we're just taking as the season comes, man, and just and enjoying and seeing what promising things and examples of good things that we want to see in other areas, and understanding that when we see these other things in comparison, man, that the higher you putting up this, man, well, what is this really? Really, really, really. All right. I'm gonna close it out there. Thank you for stopping in on this one. Came with another video after uh post game, and it's starting to, the vibes, man. As the season we're getting towards the end, man, it's starting to pick up a little bit, because we're starting to really, really, not only are we getting a couple wins, so you have that. Two, right? Because the season is nearing, and one, to see what goes on there is one thing, right? Not talking about tank stuff, because the team just plays, and the record's gonna be. But like, even as we're doing that, man, we are picking up some wins, and we are seeing some cookie games and some promising games, and coming out on top of the back of those games too. So we're not the butt of the jokes in the games, as clownery as they may be sometimes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, that's pretty much there with that. That dude, man, blows the gets. Thanks for checking the video out. Got a comment, something like that, please do share, because this is, I say these things, and whomever might see it might feel some type of way of what I'm saying. But please say, if you got something to say, please share it, please, because I'm eager to hear it sometime. I love to hear it after giving such a more clear view of my opinion on it, what people got to say, man, so I can understand better myself. All right, man. 100 though. Bees be good, man. Go blue. Giants just coast on this victory, man. About to take this week. Got our shit done. She's gonna go on the next Sunday here, and try to make it happen again, man. And try to, look a little better too, because we didn't look great, our best as we probably maybe look. So I thought this week's game will hopefully look a little better for us with the bye week and having some experience. But it that's not necessarily that. But that's okay. We're not putting that much onto it. But next week is a chance to maybe do even better than this week, win or lose, as we always are with that. All right, yo. Peace out. Be good.